What's going on YouTube? We're back with another video, but before we get into it, I wanted to let you know that this one is going to be brought to you by HelloFresh. I know a Digimon YouTuber being sponsored by a meal delivery service. If you want to get ingredients and dodge going through the pouring wind and rain, especially here in the UK where the deal is live, you can dodge all that and get yourself some much cheaper groceries by going through my link in the description or using the code that you see on screen here in order to get 50% off your first box and 35% off your next 2 boxes. Will directly help support the channel, and the promotion lasts until the 6th of December. So save yourself some money, get yourself some great tasting food, and enjoy the video. Welcome back to the channel, guys. We're finally, I promised it for a while, going to be bringing you guys some content that doesn't involve me in it. This is from the locals that I went to before the most recent Ultimate Cup. Wanted to get some practice in, and the kind folks over at Fanboy 3 were gracious enough to let me record locals. Unfortunately, the camera's misbehaving again, so is the running theme. It's the first time recording there, so still getting the hang of the setup, and hopefully more content next year. We'll have the full widescreen camera you guys are used to seeing. On the left, it looks like we've got Blue Flare for this round 1, and we have a Gammamon Tribal. 2-cost tie, going to help with the DP boost, and we are going to see the Memory Tamer come down as well. Got the pre-release swagged out. Gaia Force going to delete off the other Digimon, and the Gausmon does live, so gets to play around the on deletion. This player on the left also does have a Ragnarlord deck as well, but since they were on camera, wanted to give it their best shot, and I respect them for it. We'll see whether it does play out for them though. Obviously the Gausmon not hitting its intended target does suck. They are just going to choose to go for the pass. And we are going to see the Gullus Gammamon take a swing, hits the Madoki. That's going to be chillin'. Doesn't need to tap anything for the DP boost. I don't think you actually even have to tap the Tamer. It is just a flat 1000 or 2000. I'll have it up on screen. We've got the Breeclaw. Gets to put the Gammamon underneath. And that is the one that gives the Sec +1. And he is just going to pass. Obviously, the Gullus Gammamon, if it does, it gets swung into, does have retaliation, which will obviously pop it out. Is going to get the swing, uses the Sorojo in order to strip the source. I realized, yeah, because the camera's cut it off, it was actually, the pass initially was a Sorojo coming in. So now they've been able to strip away the Gammamon that was put underneath, and they were able to get some damage onto security. Since it now has fewer sources, the stun will come through. And then it's going to be passing it over. So the Gullus is not going to be able to do anything for the next turn, can't attack or block. Just going to start setting up another Gammamon stack in the back. And the Sorojo is going to be a problem. Really, really big problem. Playing down the Gammamon is going to give over the extra memory to the Sorojo. I'm not sure I agree with the Gammamon being placed. I'm assuming just to set up for future turns, but that's assuming they actually get to play out. X antibody going underneath, which probably implies that we do have a Magnamon X antibody. There it is. And with the second swing, Male Bedramon going to come out. I don't think it has an on-digivolving, it's just the on-play. Just going to get the swing going in. And that's going to be a Chimeramon in the stack, straight to trash. And the Kiriha going to come down as well. There is piercing on the Gammamon, but not going to matter because you're not actually going to get a piercing check. Also, no way to swing over the Magnamon X antibody. It's going to be that big fat wall. Breeclaw going to come out once again. That's going to put the Beetle Gammamon underneath. We'll get these effects going. Going to get the deletion, which then obviously recovers it, and then it's going to swing. Tapping the hero for the extra DP, so he's just checking to see the card. Magnamon X antibody does catch a lot of people off guard. It's becoming more common in the blue flare lists. Now just looking for what his option is going to be. Sitting still on 5 security to 1. Definitely quite a difficult thing to get over, but the Gammamon, definitely a great way of doing so. Obviously the deck of Greymon does have Armour Purge, but that does mean if you can swing over it and do enough minus DP, you might be able to find a way to get rid of it. The 1, 2, 3, 4 colors, 5 colors on the Chimera is actually going to swing at the security. He's at 12k, so we will just go over the Magnamon X Antibody. And then we've got the Betel coming in, and Cannon Weissmon, which then gets to use all of the Gammamon effects underneath it. And it will gain Blitz as well. Swings in, hits the Deca Greymon, and that is definitely unfortunate. It's my first time watching back all the footage for this. Wanted to try and actually get these recordings with my kind of first time genuine takes, especially for locals matches where I'm not actually playing. So it's all new footage to me. So as new cards show up, especially interesting stuff like the Gammamon is going to throw off. So apologies on a little bit of the delay for some of these. But the benefits of actually getting to see interesting decks. So Deca Greymon going to go for the swing. And Chimeramon isn't going to have the retaliation, but we will get the stun, I believe. Actually, no, not 2 Digimon, so actually is going to be able to play around that. Now the question is, do we see another X Antibody? I don't think we will. Ice Wall. And we do see passing over the 3 memory, of course, thanks to the memory tamer. The tie actually also probably comes in clutch in terms of getting the numbers down. We've got Mailbird in at the back, so has to find a way to either put up a blocker or win this turn. You can see the hero come down for 3. And we will get a Blitz out. Checks in, does survive, but swing for a game. So that's going to be game 1. And boy oh boy, what a start to the local. Again, this was our last local before the Ultimate Cup that people were playing in on the weekend, hosted by Raiden Trades, so this was good practice for a lot of people that were entering. And we're going to see no rookie. The Kiriha is going to get scooped up. Doesn't actually get to play the Kiriha because you need that 3rd blue flare target to be able to actually play the Kiriha straight away. Instead it goes to hand first, so it doesn't come out into play. Be blitzing and passing over for 1. Another memory choke, definitely very, very useful. Going to play the Kiriha straight and just pass things back over to 3. Doesn't feel the need to get super aggressive just yet. Would rather set up the board. Gammamon. There's the promo Gammamon built up in the back. And the unblockable Chaos Gammamon. Interesting. Shine Greymon making an appearance. That one does have the natural sec attack +1. They're actually only 1 check, so maybe not. Gaia Force gonna swing in response. Definitely unfortunate. I think we saw first check Gaia Force both games. Too many sources, not gonna get the stun. X Antibody gonna come down, and I feel like we might be seeing, yep, the evolution into Magnamon. X Antibody causes them to trade, which gets him the recovery and manages to clear the board. Really clever tech. Gonna see the promo hero come down. That's gonna be 2 checks, although, yeah, he knows it's there, so I'm not entirely sure what the plan was. I guess he just wanted to get rid of it. He knew that the body was going to go. Second Gaia Force, that's going to delete the stack, going to get the save. Material save for 2 on the Metal Greymon. And once again, this Gaussmon has actually just been swinging into Gaia Forces. Is not afraid of the sun at all. Mailbird Dramon is going to come back, allows it to play the Metal Greymon, well, put the Metal Greymon in hand, so Digicross definitely coming next turn. What is the plan here? Can go for 2 checks on the Gammamon, but probably doesn't want to. Gonna go into the Gulas, and we're gonna see 2 checks. Actually, no, just gonna swing at the Gausmon, which is then gonna play the Blue Flare Arrested. Down to 3 security versus 2. Finally, the memory tamer coming out. But 4 memory to push over. This one's going to be rough. And of course, the Gulas on deletion does play the Gammamon as well. Kill out. And the tie. So the Mailbird Dramon will live. Gonna go into the Metal Greymon, looking to Digicross. Considered going for the Sec Attack +1, but he's already at 1 security, so not really much point. Might as well keep advantage in hand. But then again, if he'd just done it from hand, would at least keep the Greymon as a source for future. But I guess he's already tapped the Kiri here, so I won't be able to do all that much. But I guess he wouldn't have to tap the Kiriha if he was doing it from hand. Interesting. Second Kiriha going to come down, and might as well set up board. He's set up lethal. Madoki's in the back, so we do have to see game this turn. Can you find 3 checks? So we got the tie for the plus DP. Breeclaw going to make this one unblockable. And that is then going to swing over. The material save will come through, but we'll get the piercing checks. Thanks to the Wenzel. And that is going to be all the checks needed. Going to hit into the Gausmon and Sorojo. Go for the Basal Gammamon, which is going to have the Rush. And it's going to swing for game. So the Rush or Blitz, one of the two. I believe it is it's Blitz, actually. Because it was the Gammamon that was on the field last turn. So the Blitz Basal comes in clutch. Very, very cool. Apologies again, yes, for the Gammamon stuff being a little bit off the top of memory. The cards mostly finding their relevance in the most recent meta, and it's cool to see them. I don't actually remember what this player's record was, but if I can track it down, or if they do see the video and let me know in the comments how they did in their final bracket. It was 3 rounds of Swiss that we played, pretty much until shop closed. The Gulas, once again, going to be looking to swing in. It is going to hit the Trident, which will add it to hand. Tie is obviously down for 2, and we're going to see a second tie come in, but obviously it is basically going to cost 3 because the Curie is there. Metal Grey is going to get the stun. Metal Grey won't be able to stun wide boards like that. The 3 sources is crazy. Very strong, very... I hesitate to say cool. It is a very, very strong deck, and it's an interesting like successor to Blue Hybrid. Armour Purge obviously being a mechanic that's in it off the Decker Greymon, and just the general material save of BT10. Since the Gulas is deleted, not only do we have the Retaliation, but also on deletion we'll play the Gammamon suspended. Magnamon X Antibody is going to swing in. Hit that once again. And it's really interesting that the Metal Greymon, as long as you've gone Magnamon X Antibody, you don't even have to worry about the Gulas. Like, you can just swing into it, because it's going to swing into you regardless. Like, you either swing security and just keep the pressure on, and the Gulas has to swing in. Sure, it'll get the Gammamon out, but you're just going to recover off of it. Forbidden Trident going to be buffing that DP. And then we're going to see a Greymon come down. I'm going to search for those pieces. Gausmon and the Blazing Memory Boost, because it is a Blue Flare Cloud, go to hand. No Kiri Head to play for free. We've seen the promo Gamma in the back. Memory choking is definitely a problem. For security, though, I don't think he's in any danger of getting super chipped out. Because Blue Flare, at least, with the outside of the starter deck Greymon being an option for Digicross, you don't really have to worry too much about getting massively rushed by security checks. And with the Greymon out, it's not like you'd have to worry about that for the Metal Grey. That's going to get the stun. Going to hit into a lot of heroes. I'm going to see the Chimera, which will kill off the stack. Material save. We're down to 1 security versus 3. It feels like our left player has been really putting on the pressure. But we saw Gammamon steal away a win in game 2. So will they be able to do it once again? Dexmon comes down very, very cheap. Okay, so we've got the Blitz Gammamon, the hero of the last game. We see 2 promos. So that is sec 3 checks. And does have the DP buff thanks to the ties. Gonna play that, go into Chimera and go for game. That's an awesome way to steal it away. Very, very cool. Gammamon gonna be your round 1 victor. And it was just a Breeclaw insecurity as well. Barely anything to worry about. So a 2-1 victory for our player on the right. Gammamon gonna take it. We'll be back with more games from locals throughout the week, hopefully. So stick around for these. And we'll be looking to bring you much more action in the future.